Good morning, everyone. It's Allison Salvin with Stamp Crazy with Allison, and I am live today in 3 places. I am on my YouTube channel, I'm on my Facebook business page, Stamp Crazy with Allison, and I'm live on a special group for our BOGO event this weekend. I'm doing a BOGO with Leanne Binder, and we have a private, exclusive Facebook group for that fun time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. So, some of you will be joining me from different places. I'm early today because this is primarily for my BOGO people. But I thought, I'll just broadcast it everywhere. That made sense to me. What else did I want to tell you? I think that's all. I'm going to just make sure. Good morning, Leanne. Obviously, I'm broadcasting okay because you're all seeing me. I'm seeing your comments, and I'm assuming the sound is okay also. So I think we can give it a few minutes and we'll just get started in a sec. So I'm just going to come over to my iPad, which is where I confirm that that you can hear me, and you can. So that's good. Hi, Jennifer. Good morning. Nice to see you. Okay. Hope you all doing well this morning. My hair does not like this heat or humidity or whatever we've got going. It's brutal. So I do have my fan on, you guys. When I go over to create, I can turn it off if it's annoying, but hopefully it's not too loud. So today I'm super excited. We're going to be making a card using the Hippest Hippos, and that's from the Sale-a-bration catalog. So those are products that you can earn for free when you make a purchase of $60 or $120. So you can get both the stamps and the dies at $120. This is particularly important for my BOGO people this weekend because, hi Cynthia from New Jersey, hello. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just reading the comments. Okay. So for my BOGO people, just as a reminder, today is the last day to place your BOGO order. To select those products that you would like from our albums. And just a reminder that sometimes it can be sticker shock when you see the price of some of the items. Some of them are really cheap. We've got lots of $10 and $5 and $8 stamp sets. But we also have bundles. And some of those are in the $40 to $55 range. But I want you to think about the value of that because, first of all, they're marked down from the catalog price. Some of the catalog prices were in the 60s. 70s, and then you had shipping and taxes on that. So we've priced them reasonable, but not only that, you get the equivalent of a new product for so you're going to get the retired product free. So even though it's got $55 sticker on it, it's technically free, right? Because you're going to be purchasing the equivalent in new product. And if you get to $60, you can pick a celebration item. So it's a really good weekend to take advantage of BOGO, getting double the product. Okay, so I think we can get started. Let's go over to my stamping area. Just going to take my last sip of tea. Okay, Sale-a-bration. So we are going to be using the adorable hippos. Here they are. And the dies that match. Now they are still available. All the products that are free rewards are only available while supplies last. So here's an example. The fabulous Pool Party and Soft Sea Foam cards and envelopes. And oh my gosh, the Tree Lot dies are sold out. And so they do sell out and they won't be replenished. Okay. So I have no inside information about whether the hippos are low stock or low inventory. I don't know. I just would assume if I were you that get them sooner rather than later. Super cute. I've seen people make the hippos into cows. It's so cute. They just color some black little spots on them and it's so cute. Okay, so we've got the catalog here that you can get anything that's not sold out. And then in addition to that, for August, they've introduced 10 other items So we've got 6 of them at the $60 level, which include some fabulous embossing folders. But this silver foil and the brush metallic have been the most popular that my customers have chosen this week. And then the next popular one has been the aspen tree dies. 2 or 3 people have chosen that, and then as part of their order, they've ordered the stamps that match. So they get the dies for free, which is a really good deal. Now those are at the 120 level, okay? But remember, it's BOGO, so you're gonna get a deal. So let's get started. So we've got our Hippest Hippos, and I'm going to use this hippo here in our project today. We've also got the hippo dies. So here I've pulled the dies that I'm going to be using today and just put them on a magnetic sheet. Okay, so the dies cut out the matching hippos, but they also have these really cute dies. So this is a boat, and we've got a propeller and some splash, and we've got swimming goggles and a snorkel and a life preserver, or a, what do you call that? A ring, a life ring, and some waves. We're going to be using all of that. Now, in addition to that, you guys, I have pulled some other products. I've pulled these clouds. Now, they are from, I think it's the Give It a Whirl stamp set. Die set. Now, you could just use, you know, I have the cloud punch. There's lots of dies that you might have that have clouds, okay? Or you could just cut them freehand too, right? I'm also using the Charming Sentiments and the Sentiment Silhouette dies. So we'll be using those today. I need a circle to cut out an opening for this fun fold card that we're going to be making. And I think that's it. No, that's not it. I'm also going to be using a, grab it here. There's a die set called Basic Borders. It's fantastic. I've used it on other things before. And let me show you an example. Here's a card I did with the hippos a couple weeks ago. And see this, the waves. I didn't use the waves that came with the stamp set and the die set because they're a bit shorter and I wanted a longer. So I just used this design from that Basic Borders. But I also, today I'm going to be using the clouds, and we're going to be using that to create some the illusion of clouds. Okay, so that's a great die set. If you haven't got it, I'd suggest getting it. Anybody else got anything to say? No, I don't think I'm caught up. Leanne's watching, so she can answer any questions you might have. So I'm going to start with cutting out some images that I'm going to need. So I've got a bunch of scraps here, you guys. So let me grab what I need. I've gone ahead, and out of the Tahitian Tide, I've gone ahead and cut 3 waves. So I've used this wave die, and I have cut this to 3.5. You'll see why in a minute. And I'm going to be layering these as part of the project, okay? I don't know how long I will need this to be. So what I've done is I've created them to be, 1.5 inches basically. And then I can always trim them off. So that was my strategy. I've got a piece of silver foil. I've got another piece of Tahitian Tide. I've got Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake. I've got a daffodil. What else have I got that I need here? I've got my basic white, and I think that's it. Okay, so I'm going to be putting some dies on here and cutting them out. So let's do that. I've got some clouds that I need, so those are going to go on there. And what I'm going to do is bring in, this is a magnetic board that we sold and then it got recalled. But if you have it, it should still work for you. Mine still works. So I'm using it till it doesn't. The problem was, it's an awesome board. The problem was that it was splitting. So if you have it and it starts to split, people are saying that they've just glued it back together with Gorilla Glue. So I'll do that if it ever comes to that. but it like that it holds all my pieces together. Okay. Or keeps them on there where they're supposed to be. So these are the little goggles. Aren't they cute? Just think they're so cute. Okay. I hope you guys are good luck for me today. Yesterday, when I did my live, I found a die that had gone missing. And so I'm hoping that the second die that I've lost will show up today. You never know. Little propeller out of the silver. Oh yeah, I need my, you see all the little bits? We're going to have to be really careful that we don't lose the bits. This, I need two things out of this, and I'm not sure I can get it. Let's see. Ooh, giving myself a little bit of a challenge, so that'll work. And then I've got this daffodil. Now, you could just punch a circle or use one of the circle layering circle dies. I don't know how small they are. This is a little die from a die set that I have called, I think it's Palms dies, because I wanted a sun. But I'm sure you've got something that you could use. Okay. And I'm going to have to use the larger Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So we've got our platform 1 and we've got our platform 5. And then we've got our clear number 3 on top. So I'm going to, it's right here by where I'm working, but it's too big to put on my surface when I'm stamping with you guys. Because I have a very small camera view, right? So I'm just doing it like this. Okay, so let's see what we've got. So we've got, now I'm going to put all my little bits back on my magnet so I don't lose those. Okay, should have had a little bowl here to keep everything together, shouldn't I? Oh well, live and learn. Hopefully nothing will go missing while we get our card together. You guys got the Hippest Hippos? Some of you probably do. Now this one here is this is the goggles, and so you're only going to be using the outside of the goggles. Okay. Just trying to make sure I don't lose anything. I love this propeller. Isn't it cute? So cute. Sticking. Okay. I love these dies, but they're small. So be really careful you don't lose them. I'm sure you don't. You're not like me. Of course, and as soon as I reorder dies, I always find them. That's just Murphy's Law, isn't it? Okay. So I think I've got all of that. And what I might do is just grab a piece. Let me just grab a scrap here of basic white so I can put all of those on there and I won't lose them. Okay. So I'm going to put those over to the side. Okay. So that's all the bits that I need to cut out. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to take, making a fancy, not fancy, but a fun fold card today. I'm making a diorama card. Have you guys ever made a diorama card? They're quite fun. I made one yesterday. It was the first time, so we'll see how it goes. So I've got a piece of Granny Apple Green, and I've cut it to 3.5 by 4, I believe. I'm going to just double check. Sorry, 5.5, lied, by 4.25. Goodness gracious. Okay, so much bigger than I thought. 5.5 by 4.25. So basically a quarter of a sheet of cardstock. I've gone ahead and scored it 1/2 and 1 inch and 1/2 and 1 inch from both sides. And I've done that on both pieces. Okay. Now on one of these pieces, I have to cut an opening so that we can see the little scene that's inside. I don't know about you guys, but when my kids were little, they had to make diorama stuff for school. Did your kids have to do that? In fact, I think I used to do it. I used to use like a shoebox and we'd make a diorama in a shoebox. Is that right? Am I dating myself? I'm not sure. Okay, so I want to cut that out. So I've taken one of this layering circles dies. It is approximately 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so you can see that I want it to be in the center of one of these granny apple greens. Okay, so let's run that through our big machine here, our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Here we go. So we're not going to need this green piece, but that's a great circle. So I'm going to keep that. I'm sure I can use it on a different project. Anybody else saying anything? Let's see. Nope, nobody's asking me anything. You're all very quiet today. My goodness. Oh, maybe you are saying stuff and I can't see. It is. You guys are saying stuff and I can't see it over on my screen. I'm sorry, guys. Let me see what's going on here. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Jacqueline. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Mo. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Debbie. Okay, first time watching. Oh, welcome, Debbie. Well, we have a fun project today. We've got our fun diorama card. Okay. So what we want to do, you guys, is we're trying to make a little box scene, okay? So what I've done is I have Z folded it. So you can see that we've got a Z or a Z if you're in the United States, okay? But I just can't say Z. Like you guys can't say Z. Okay, so we've got that. Now we want this piece to be opposite, right? So we're going to be folding it. I'm just going to make sure. Yep, that's right. So we're just going to fold it on the opposite. And if you mess it up, you can just refold it. It's no big deal because these are going to be going together and creating this box. Can you see that? The awesome thing is when you go to mail it, you just flatten it. Goes in the mail, the person gets it and stands it up. Is that cool? Okay. I'm not sure why I can't see that. I'm really kind of annoyed. I can usually see all my comments on my iPad, but not today. Okay. So I'm going to try and see if I can double check over here. It's going to be a little bit harder. You've never made one. Oh, okay. Well, Jacqueline, they're so easy. You're going to be like, I can't believe how easy this is. Let's grab a piece of basic white. Now this one is cut 3.5 by 4. Okay, so this is our scene, okay, that we're trying to create. Now you want to make sure that you've got the 3.5 inch going along the top and the 4. Okay, not this way. Okay. Now, I guess you could do it this way, but your diorama would be weird and wouldn't work. So this piece is going to actually be inside the back piece, and that's where our scene is going to be. So let's do that. Remember I told you that I cut out a template with the cloud border from the basic border dies? We're going to be using that. We're going to be using a blending brush and balmy blue ink. Okay, so let's load up our brush. Make sure I'm in screen here. Okay, so I'm going to load it up, but I don't want to go right onto my paper yet because it'll be a bit too blotchy. So I just rub it off here, and then I gradually, we're just going to layer that on there, something like that maybe. I just gradually go up. And I bet you're thinking, gosh, I can't see anything. But when you move this, look what you get. You get clouds. Isn't that great? So we're going to move it over so it's not quite so, layered. We don't want layered clouds because clouds in real life aren't really layered. Okay, we're just going to keep doing that. And light and dark and dark and light. It's awesome. This is a great technique to add clouds. And I bet you can think of so many stamps that you have that would really work beautifully with this. I think I'm even going to kind of angle it a bit. Let's see what happens if I do that. Okay, so you get the idea. Creating a beautiful sunny day. All right, that looks good. So let me just show you that. Can you see those clouds? Isn't that cool? Now, if your clouds, maybe it's a cloudy day, but a dark and cloudy day, like a storm is coming, you could use gray instead. Be maybe if somebody's not feeling well, you could make an under the weather card for them. Sorry to hear you're under the weather, but it's a really good way to create clouds. Love it. All right, so next what I want to do, I'm just going to check my sample here, is I want to have my waves. Okay, so my waves. Now let's look at the front that we cut out. This is your viewing area. Okay, that's where what we're going to see. So then you just want to decide how far up you want those clouds. So this is the fussiest part, I'd say, and it's not fussy at all. It's actually quite easy. So I'm just going to grab my other pieces because they're going to be going on here. And just want to make sure they're going to be going on. So maybe I might have to go a little bit higher. Let's just see. Because of course I'm also going to be fitting on my little hippo. So let's see where my hippo's going to go. It's going to go about there. I think that's good. It's good. Okay. Not, it's not the end of the world. So let's just pencil mark that. I'm going to put a little pencil just there. And then I'm going to grab my glue and glue that on. Okay. I hope you guys have been enjoying our BOGO. Play the games. I noticed that a lot of you are really good at guessing the colors. What we do is we put up a picture, 2 pictures side by side, and we say, guess the picture. What color is this? What Stampin' Up! Color? And it's a clue. So it's basically like we had yesterday, we had a picture of an ocean. And then the second picture side by side was a pencil with a very sharp point. So the answer was Pacific Point. So that's kind of the idea. So if you guys are playing along, I think we've got a few more today. That's how you play. Any more questions? I'm going to take a break. Nope, we're good. All right. So we've got that. And then again, I'm just going over here to see what we're doing and how it's going. Because I now want to put I do want a wave in here. It's going to be attached to the inside. And I think this piece is shorter. So let me do this. This is why I was saying, give yourself a bit of space so that you can cut off any excess that you don't need. Okay. So this one I'm going to just glue on the bottom here. I think that will work. Yeah, that was lucky. So I'm just going to put some glue along here and just line up this with this. And that's why these are cut 3.5 inch wide, because that's the space in our diorama. So that's going to look good when it's done. Yeah. And then lastly, we've got our last little piece, and I'm going to put some glue. Whoops, let me show you what I'm doing. That would help. I'm going to put some glue more along the top part of this because I'm going to be cutting off some of that bottom bit. These are so fun, these diorama. I've seen some beautiful ones done with, you know, the Mountain Air set. That's a beautiful set because you can have the trees and the mountains and really create a beautiful scene. So this is too long, obviously. So let's grab my mini cutter, and I'm just going to cut off the excess that I don't need. Okay. Yep, that looks good. Maybe I'll just take a titch more off, just a little bit. Is that a word? Titch? I think so. Okay. All right. So are you still with me? So this is what we've got so far. We're creating a little scene out on the ocean. All right. Now let's do our hippo. Got a piece of basic white. We're going to ink up our hippo in Memento ink because we're going to be using some Stampin' Blends. Whoops. Ooh. Let's grab that again. I kind of fumbled that like a football. There we go. Now what I want to do is I just want to give it a second here to dry a bit. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to just grab a little cloth here and just wipe my hands off that ink, because you know what's going to happen, right? Are you like me where you get ink on yourself and then the next thing you know it's on your project? Oh, I hate that, especially when you're almost finished, right? So let's grab some Stampin' Blends. I've got Smoky Slate, light and dark, and I've got Flirty Flamingo, light, and I've got the Color Lifter. My friend Eleanor taught me a little trick with that, so I want to use it. So let's start with the Flirty Flamingo. I'm going to just color in mouth, ears, nose, and little, I don't know what you call these, claws, nails, hoofs. She's got a manicure. Decided it's a girl. Okay. All right. There she is. Now I'm going to take the dark Smoky Slate and I'm going to just go along some of the edges here. And just give it, it's almost like a little shading is what we're doing. Okay, I'm not too worried about how it looks because it's going to be blended. Now, I'm not sure what card Leanne's going to be showing at 1 o'clock, but Leanne is a master colorer. She is phenomenal. So whatever she says how to color, do it her way. This is my way, which is kind of the non-artistic way. But she's got some awesome coloring tips. So hope I haven't put her on the spot. Hope she's coloring something this afternoon. Don't worry if you go over the edges because we're going to be using that matching die to cut her out. Okay. Now you could have made her tummy a fun color, but I'm just going with a traditional here. Isn't that cute? Now, then what I want to do is just really blend that. Switch to the bullet end here. So I really want to make sure that I blend in those lines and make them less. Now, sometimes when you're doing coloring, like especially with watercolor, you want to leave a little bit of white space just for light and contrast. Oh, I finally saw a comment. I think I'm only seeing comments that are posted in our BOGO group for some reason and not anywhere else. Weird. Leanne is currently coloring something, so stay tuned for her demo at 1 o'clock. I'm going to take the Color Lifter and I'm just going to, in the middle here and just a little bit here, I'm actually taking off some color. Now, the Color Lifter tends to show up later. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not an immediate thing. Anyway, there she is. So cute. And of course, now we can color. We can cut her out with our little frame. Now I can use my mini cut and emboss machine because it's small enough to go through. The other bits I felt more comfortable using my larger one. It just was faster. Okay, I hope this, I have a issue with one of my eyes. So what I do if I'm not using my Medic plate is I have to grab a piece of repositionable tape because I can't see as well. And sometimes my cutting is a bit off. So it's just my eye. There we go. Now I think I've cut everything I need for our project today, which is great. So go put that. Oh no, I've got one more thing to cut, but I'll do it later. All right, so here she is. And remember all those pieces that we cut before? Let's put her together. So she needs her goggles because she is going to snorkel. I just use my white glue, and I'm hardly squeezing this, you guys. I'm just putting a little bit on there. I like this glue because it does, even if you kind of get it where you don't want, it dries clear. So you're okay. Excuse me. Okay, then I've got a boat here. Oop. Let me grab my silicone mat, because if I get any glue where I don't want, it won't stick to my surface here. So I need my propeller. So I'm just going to put a little dab of glue right there. I'm going to get that silver foil propeller. Now this is one of the new Sale-a-bration offerings. Hold it up. In the that were released in August. So if you like foil, it's a great one. It's got 3 different hues to the silver. It's got the traditional, and then there's one that's quite a nice blue or purple. Yesterday I made a card with the merriest moments, and my sister had a very good point. She said, oh, you could use the purple hued one because my card was purple for the foil, and it would have looked nice. So she's right, it would have. Okay, let's move, put this on. So if you've already got a few Sale-a-bration items and you've out of the regular catalog, then you may want to take advantage of some of those awesome $60 offerings that have been announced for August. Isn't that cute? How cute is that? She's really cute. Okay, now I need to put her boat on her, and I'm going to actually pop it up. So let me grab some dimensionals. I'm really sorry I can't see your comments, but maybe Leanne is watching them. Although she'd only be able to see the ones in the group too, so maybe that's not too helpful. Anyway, there she is all ready for her boat ride. So let's bring in her. Here's our scene, remember? So now we want to put her on the stormy seas here. And I'm just going to glue her down. But before I do, I sure want to make sure that she's in the scene. And she is. Isn't that cute? Oh my gosh, how cute is this? I love this hippo. I should try and make her a cow. People are doing that, and it's so cute. Let's make sure that that's still where I want her. Yes, that looks good. What do you think? I think so, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think she's good. Now, let's add some more little elements here. Remember we did we cut out the splashes? It was a die. Do you remember? Cast your mind back to when I started this. So I got a splash. She's having a grand old time. Oop. She should be more like that. She's having a lot of fun splashing along today on the water. Be a nice day to be out on the water. Of course, living in Vancouver, lots of people have boats. And I'll be out today on the water. Boy, that's a little bitty piece, isn't it? Ooh, there we go. Okay. Just fussy. There we go. Just a little bit fussy. There we go. Splashing around. Now we also, I'm going to put up some clouds, but they're happy clouds. Remember that guy who used to do the beautiful painting, Ross, right? And I always just say, a few happy little clouds. I'm just using the same, remember the blending brush that we used to put the clouds in? We're going to just soften the edges of these clouds, okay? So let's put a sun. We're gonna have a sun. Okay, the sun up in the sky, and don't want to have too Just gonna make sure I don't, okay, I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue here because I'm not quite sure where it's gonna fall here, and we don't want it to be glued to the inside. So I'm just gonna do it a little bit like that. Should have done it a little bit more like that, I think. So the sun is just peeking through those clouds. And put this little one over here. Happy little clouds. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're good. Now, let's put it together. Let's bring in that other piece that we had, and we're going to be gluing this inside. So let's do that. These dioramas are so fun. Oh my gosh, they're fun. Just making sure before I really commit myself. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Now, you can use just regular glue along these edges or your Stamp and Seal. I'm going to use our tear and tape. And I'm just going to put it, you just put it along this side like so. And along this side like so. Because you get a really good glue. Now, a trick with this, I don't tend to pull it all off because then it goes wonky. And if you stick it down, you're like, ah! So just pull off the corner, pull it down about, I don't know, an inch, and fold that out into the, I was going to say the margin. Just fold it out beyond the edge. It's the same with this side. Oops. Sometimes it just doesn't want to come off. It's sticky, and my fingers are sticky. It's okay. So just, actually, if you just burnish this down, it would be fine. I should have sort of pressed my tape down a little better. Okay, so now you can see I've exposed the tape at the top, right? And now I can put I can line up my top without committing the rest of my diorama here. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down really well. And then you just pull this like a tab and glue the rest down. And then you don't have that unhappy accident. So that's what it looks like. Oops, just going to do that. So that's what it looks like. And then there's the front. Isn't it cute? What do you think? Cute. But let's put a word here. Then we'll be finished. So I've got a piece of basic black. I'm going to grab my favorite new thing from the mini catalog, which is the embossing kit. I've got an embossing buddy here. Take off all that stray oil from your fingers. I've got a stamp from Charming Sentiments. My Versamark. The saying says, woohoo! Because you're on a day of fun on the ocean. Then we've got our powder pal, and I've got white embossing powder. So let's just dump that on. Oop, I'd like a little bit more than that, please. There we go. Look it nice and white. It comes with these other utensils, so you've got to just take your brush and take a little bit extra off. It's also got tweezers that you can use so you don't burn your fingers when you're embossing. I'm sure none of you have done that. I have done that many times where you go, ah! All right. And then we've got, let's heat set that. I love white on black. It just really pops. Here we go. Woohoo! That should be good. And these dies have matching. Oh, let me grab it. These stamps have matching dies. I mean, come on. How cool is that? Every one of those, every one of these has a matching die. So you don't have to fussy cut. Isn't that great? Again, I'm going to just use my tape just because of my wonky eye. And grab our mini. And there we go. Whoops, she fell. Oh my gosh, you guys. I can't believe it. Oh, there it is. At least I didn't lose the die, which is usually my MO. All right. I'm going to just go ahead and glue that on. You could pop up, but I think there's so much stuff popped up on this card already. I think it just becomes a bit much. Okay. So woohoo. And for mailing, you just flatten it, goes into a regular size envelope. And when they get it, they can stand it up and they've got this adorable little scene. Now, if you're wondering, that's great. My sister Ellie always goes, where can you write a message? Well, if you turn it over and you cut another piece, you can glue this on. You could decorate it, but this is where you could sign it. Okay, so that's how that works. So imagine all the cute little things you could make as a diorama. Okay, move all this out of the way because it's kind of messy. There we go. All right, let's come back over here. Let me see what you've been saying. Oh, hi, Wendy from Swansea. Bob Ross, yeah, I love him. Yes, those little splashes really do just finish it off, don't they? It's kind of cute. Should be really cute in a shaker too, Jennifer. You're quite right. I love it too, Kathy. Thank you. So cute. I know, so cute. Okay, so it is 20 to 10. My goodness. So welcome again to our BOGO. If you're watching on our BOGO group, if you'd like to join our BOGO group, as long as you live in Canada, you can private message us. I've also posted it all over my Facebook group and page and stuff, so you should be able to find it. But you can just private message me, Allison Sullivan, or Leanne Binder, Binder, and we'll send you that link. I think that's it. Leanne will be back for the BOGO at 1 o'clock. I also have my regular Saturday 10 a.m. Live that I do every Sunday morning. I do that for my own customers. I am going to actually live stream it to the BOGO group too. Okay, I'm going to be using Merriest Moments. That's the one that we used yesterday. So please join. Now, if you're already on the BOGO group, just after 10, like 10:01, you're going to have to refresh the page or you won't see me. Or you can just hop over to Stamp Crazy with Allison Facebook page and you'll see me over there. Okay. Thanks, Kathy. It is a cute card. I think she's cute. And it's so easy. Like, oh my gosh, it's so easy. Your Hippos are coming tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad you got them, Wendy. I'm not sure how long they'll be in stock because they're getting so popular, right? Okay, I think that's it. If you have any questions on the BOGO group, just type them in and we will answer them. Otherwise, I'll see you again at 10, and Leanne will see you at 1 o'clock. Those are all Pacific time. All right. Have an awesome day, and we'll see you later. Well, see you soon. Bye.